Hey Andrew, hang on one second. This is what you're looking for. I want to help you. My name's Larry. I'm the wine specialist here. So you brought a name. So you want this brand of wine, Mauvais Garçon. What year? You don't know? They just told you this brand? I mean, the year is everything. I don't know. They just told me this brand. Oh, you have a picture of it. Picture of it. That's the pic, but I don't see the year. It's just a picture of the bottle. The year is on. The year is everything. It's all different. Hi, I'm Larry Baker. I am a certified level 2 sommelier and senior wine and spirit specialist here at ABC Fine Wines and Spirit in Sunrise, Florida. I've touched on this or scratched the surface of this subject, but today was one of those days where I tried to offer my expertise to so many people, and one after the other was just very much like that scenario, and I want to stress it. It is so important. Just as an example, I brought out some Bordeaux, which I'm going to hold up in a second, of the same exact label. And maybe you don't hear of this wine, but the same principle holds true. It makes sense, right? Haven't you never tasted fruit where a strawberry from California all of a sudden was tart, and one year they were sweeter, or one batch you bought was very, very bitter and not really fully ripe? Well, wine is made from grapes, and the different types of soil and the sunshine and the climate. If it's a frost year and they had rain, all of that takes into, how could the same wine, you know, for the winery make the same wine every year? It's impossible. It's just impossible. But branding is so powerful that it's almost like people are in a trance that buy wine and they go, oh, I'm just a novice. But you can tell the taste of the difference. It's so far different that even a novice can taste. So like if your favorite wine was Mauvais Garçon, or maybe Mauvais Garçon or Mauvais Garçon. I have 3 bottles I'm about to show you. Andrew's going to stay here. He's going to show here. This says 2012. Okay, 2012. And on the product here, the product of the price is $18.99. It specifically says the 2012. But then they come in and they say, how about Mauvais Garçon? Looks like the twin, right? But on the back, it says 2014, and also has a completely different product code because the 2014 is a different price. Same winery, but they just sent you to get this label. That's the picture you took or the name you wrote down, but they didn't tell you the year. And this is Mauvais Garçon, same label, but on the back it's 2015. And the price on that one, which will say the 2015 here, is $17.99. So we have a 2012, 2014, 2015, but to the average customer, they all look like the same wine, and they're all going to taste completely different. And this is just a very mild scenario as far as price fluctuation with a couple of dollars. But I have wines behind me in the wine of distinction area, a Chateau Lafite Rothschild. Do you want the one that's $1,500 or the one that's $900 less on sale for $599.99? I know you're saying at home, I could hear the chuckles. Yeah, I don't want either one. I can't afford them, but I'm just using that as an example. That's $900, almost $1,000 difference. Actually, it is $1,000 difference between a 2010 and a 2011, obviously the better year. And that's going to be in a restaurant. What are you going to do when they have your favorite brand of Napa Valley Cabernet and they have 4 different prices for 4 different years? Don't be like everybody else and say, just give me the cheapest one. Now, let's even talk, for an example, one of our direct-to-you wines that I've reviewed recently. You know, this is Black Pearl from South Africa, and I hate this wine. I love this wine, but I don't like this year. The 2014, as it shows you, is 80% Cabernet and 20% Shiraz. The reviewers didn't like this wine. They gave it in the 80s. They said it was too powdery, too earthy, too much Cabernet, too much oak. They bashed it. But then the very same bottle, and it's the same price, is the 2015 is 58% of the Cabernet Sauvignon, not 80%, and 42% Shiraz. And this is the one that I gave 94 point, and that Wine Spectator magazine, or one of the big magazines, gave a 90-point rating to, because it's balanced. In fact, my friend Dwayne out there in Seattle Winefoot, if you're watching there, the Pocket Pemby, he said he agreed with me that the 2015 was probably one of the best under $20 wine he's tasted in many years or recently at $16.99. If he had tasted the 2014, he would probably agree with me. It was just not really a good wine. But yet, if you just walked in with that piece of paper, like my cameraman Andrew, the customer said, pick me out a wine, I was asked to get Black Pearl on a piece of paper, you're going to be disappointed. And that is with every single wine out there. And I want to leave you with one last thing before we go. If you're living in Florida and you're an ABC fine wine customer, I hope you do. We have the option of many home delivery service apps. You've got Shipt, you've got Shipt, S-H-I-P-T, Instacart, DoorDash, Postmate, and you can order some of these direct-to-you wines that I recommended. But insist, I want you to be happy. I don't want you texting me, I bought that wine you recommended through Shipt, they delivered it to my house, or Instacart, and it didn't taste like anything you said. Insist that you ask your Shipt, text them, contact them, ask for the vintage that I reviewed or recommended, or the vintage that you bought before. You're entitled to that on any wine. Don't just order a favorite brand of Napa Valley Cabernet for 80 bucks without knowing the vintage you want, because you will be disappointed, and even as a novice you will know the difference and say that doesn't taste like the bottle that I drank at the restaurant last night. For any other further information on any of these wines, or to look up specific vintages to see what vintages we're having, go to our website, abcfws.com. Contact me before you purchase any wine that I have recommended to make sure I tell you what vintage, that it's the right vintage. They change constantly as new wines get delivered, just by following my blog. And remember, wine is not for snobs, it's for everyday people like you, me, and novices. And remember, don't buy a wine without knowing the year.